Hello everybody, and welcome to the show. I am SM Sithlord wearing full Halloween makeup today. It's actually just a face filter, and this is the Somnium build stream. Usually this happens yesterday. Well, my build stream usually happens yesterday here. However, it's a special build today, so we're doing it here on Saturday morning for me on this parcel, the coolest waterfront parcel. We're actually going to tear down this really cool building, which has actually had lots of events in it. So we're going to say so long to this building and replace it with, with kind of like an advent calendar, shadow box type of mansion, dance floor party neon. All of those words, those are kind of like keywords thrown together. That's what we're going to be building. So let me get into the Twitch chat first before I start clicking on stuff. And I'll also get into the YouTube chat. Almost there. We go. Okay, now we're ready to get to clicking. I actually have notes on, my chair's really squeaky today. I have notes on what I'm going to be building here in this little shadow box thing. So these are the themes of each little area, and these 2 zeros are going to be cool little posters. I have a picture saved somewhere. I think. Maybe I don't. That's okay. I have the reference picture saved over here. I do have it somewhere. This is in textures. I put it in the textures folder for some reason, and there it is. That's the shadow box thing that we're making. Now you see that there's all kinds of cool themes going on there where I prepared some GIFs and backgrounds. I'm gonna make a slimmed down version of this thing here. I'm only gonna have 3 on each side instead of 4, and I'm only gonna have 1 long one instead of 2, so my house is gonna be a little bit shorter. I'm gonna have some elevators in front taking you up to each part of the shadow box. Each little area there, right in the front, so I don't have to carve holes or anything in the back to walk through. And we're gonna have some cool movie posters where that cupcake and statue are. I got some cool movie posters to put in there. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is get the scale down. Well, first thing I tear down the building that's there. Then I'm going to get the scale down for the size of these rooms to fit on this parcel, and then I'm going to try to build the whole structure with maybe just 1 placeholder shadow box with an image and looking nice, just to get the scale of everything. Then I'm gonna go and try to fill them all in. I'm gonna add some neons to this too. I'm thinking green neons here and maybe an animated GIF on top. All right, let's get to it. So long, cool little house. Am I going to reuse any of this in the new structure? Nope. I don't need scaffolding. Deleting the cool wrestling ring. We still got the turnbuckles there. They'll be the last things to go. Off the ropes. Okay, we are completely scrubbed clean. 0 parcel credits. We're ready to start blocking this thing out. So, first I'm gonna make a basic shape, then I'm gonna spawn a door and a bed and a couch to get the scale down. Then I'm going to position those in those basic shapes and then make those basic shapes more detailed. And then we'll decide what to do after that when we get there. So let's go to shapes, block. Select something first. Well, Well, I'll select that then. I'm going to use just solid blocks, I think gray, dark gray. Good. We're going to scale it to be that whole center part. Yeah. Oops. The taller the house is, the scarier it's going to be, more imposing it's going to be. This is an XL parcel. We have a lot of headroom to work with. So maybe I should add a concrete foundation to this instead of setting it on the ground. Yes, sir. That'll work. And the concrete foundation will have the elevators on it. Okay. So the whole thing is actually going to be elevated a little bit, and let's get the block for the foundation in there. Now I'm thinking, which side should be the front? If it was a regular build, I would make this the front so you could walk right into it. However, I am making a shadow box that is mostly directional. The back side of this isn't going to look that cool. So usually people are going to be looking at this side. So I'm thinking, when you're looking at the front, what's going to be on the other side of it and what kind of viewing angles can you get? If you're standing over here, this is a much cooler viewing angle, I think, with the city center over there, than if you're standing over here and it's off in the distance. There's maybe the bridge could be a focal point, or the parcels on the other side. So, I mean, this is pretty good. This is pretty good there, but I like this better. So what if this was the front? If this was the front, we need a little walkway for you to come around, and a viewing area. And this is a waterfront parcel, so we could utilize the waterfront parcel part of it to be the viewing area. So in addition to this being over there, we could have another little dance floor over the water over here, dance floor slash viewing area. I think that's how we're going to do it. So that means that these things that I'm going to be using to get the scale down will be on this side, and this will be mostly pushed back over there. Okay. Now we have the things on the side that are skinnier and go higher, and we have the triangle on top. This is probably too tall. Yeah, these are all too tall. So this needs to come down. And this. Are these things too deep? They may be. That's okay though. Being too deep is not an issue, because we can make a falls back to it. Hello. Hello, chat. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Halloween is tomorrow where I'm at, because I'm West Coast America, so I'm in California. So tomorrow is Halloween, and I love Halloween, as you can tell. So I'm pretty excited about doing a Halloween build here today. This should not be so wide, maybe about that wide. So here. And this will be over here. Okay. I'm just trying to imagine this thing here. Let's put the pointy hats on it and then check the floor levels. Maybe we should check the floor levels first. Okay, so let's start scaling things out. How big is a floor gonna be is the first question I'm asking myself. Well, let's say that the brighter colored gray is the floor, and the first floor was down here somewhere. And let's say that the floors were about that tall. These things would have to be on top of the floor. That we don't want people to feel cramped when they're standing in there. So in addition to the size of this entire thing, I want to add maybe 5 or 10% extra on the top there. So that means that the next floor in this structure would be about there. Maybe taller. Yeah, let's go taller because, yeah, this isn't like a regular structure. This is like a fun house. So if that's one floor, no, let's make it not about there. There we go. For now. So that's one floor. The structure that we have is a little bit weird down here, and I'm knocking off one of those things. So let's get the floors visualized on the side structures. Because the height of the bottom floor of the center structure is actually 1.5 floors. What is the Z on this, by the way? I wanted to make it the same. So this is, it's the Y. 5.59. There it is. That's the first floor here, then the next floor will be about the same as it is here. And then the next floor. So here's how I'm going to make sure that each floor is the same. I'm going to clone 2 of these things and position this one on the bottom floor. Now, I know that the top one's at the right place. However, I have a duplicate one on the bottom there. So I'm going to click that and delete it. Now I don't have a duplicate. I can make sure by clicking this one and dragging it around, and we're good. Now we'll do that same kind of measurement to get the third one, because I believe, if I check my text document here, I have 3 on the sides, 1 across the top, and then that weird portrait aspect ratio poster here. Hello, Danny. Hello, everybody in the... I'm only following the YouTube chat and the Twitch chat, by the way. So if anybody's talking to me on the Periscope or something, afraid that I'm not seeing it, you have to get into one of these for me to see it. Anyways, let me get one more floor up here. And by the way, I'm going to be making the left tower completely. Then I'm going to be, well, mostly completely, except for the decorations on the inside. The structure, at least, is going to be complete. Then I'm going to clone that and move it over to the right. And just delete this other big block that I have over there as a placeholder. Okay, so the reason it was important to get the 3 levels there is because this one is going to have 1.5 levels as its height. Okay, 1.5 goes about there. All right. Now to get the height that we want. Okay, now we have consistent floor heights. Yeah, well, not all things seem so easy in my hands. Somnium's builder here is actually one of the easiest builders to work with that you're going to come across with. Now, this is the builder that's like built into Somnium. It's not the Unity SDK that you could also use to build stuff, which is far more complex. I call this one that I'm using easy mode. And the reason why I call it easy mode is because it reminds me of playing with blocks when I was a kid. I loved those wooden blocks, any kind of blocks, but those wooden shapes, they weren't Legos, you could just position them however you wanted. They were wonderful. And then when I get to building something in this builder here, I'm doing the same thing. I'm positioning blocks around, however, I can resize them. I couldn't do that when I was a kid. Like if I wanted to make a shape like that, I'd have to put a whole bunch of different blocks next to each other or dig through the pile to find one that was the right shape. So it's magical, man. The metaverse isn't restrained to the laws of, physics and reality. You can't change the shape of a wooden block, but you can in here. Anyways, doing this, reshaping blocks, compared to doing things like UV mapping and texture stitching and all that weird stuff that you have to do in, like Blender, this is definitely easy mode. Good place to start if you're new to the whole 3D design thing. Okay, let's get the pointy tops on there. Thank you very much, by the way, for the compliments. But I think that everybody should be a creator, and that's why I try to make the tools not seem so intimidating. Let's get the points right there. Move it up. We're gonna rotate it. Are we gonna rotate it? No, we're not gonna rotate it. This is the right angle, but it's the wrong texture, and we need to make it a different color. Put it down there. And scale it around. I loved those wooden blocks when I was a kid, and currently, and for the last several years, I love Halloween Wars on the Food Network, where they build stuff like this out of cake mostly and food stuff. I don't know why they make it out of food, but the whole idea of having the theme and then building everything in the short time span to illustrate the theme and making it functional and all that kind of stuff. This is Cake Wars to me. I'm doing Halloween, well, they call it Halloween Wars around Halloween time. I'm doing Halloween Wars right here. You can't eat it, but it has all the other aspects of it. This should be more pointy. Even taller than the points on the side. Now, this one is not going to be that tall. Let's bring it down some. So that might be pointy enough, perhaps. However, my center is wider than their center. So in order for mine to look as pointy as theirs, it's got to be taller. I think that's more like it. Okay, and now we need the same kind of thing over here. Okay. It's that looking pretty good. My pointy middle section is a little bit different than theirs, but I don't think that it's bad. I think it's the right shape, and after I put some shingles on it and that little circle thing that those kind of parts of spooky houses have, I think it'll be in good shape. Okay, so I'm gonna click save now because I'm getting this structure down. We don't quite have the details in it, not like the inset, the recesses, but we have 3 stacks on the side, the 2 portraits and the 1. We got the pointy thing on top. We have everything looking good. Now, let's think about the next step. Before I go to the next step though, let's start thinking of the entire parcel, how this big building is gonna set on this whole big parcel here. And making sure that we're utilizing the space and making that viewing area that I wanted here, how that's going to look. Okay, the viewing area. Should it be a circle or should it be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hexagon here. Let's make it the hexagon. I think making it a hexagon will make it easier to put railing along the sides so people don't fall off. Which would actually be a little disorienting if you fell off here, especially in VR, because you dive into the water there. That'd be weird. Okay, this is looking good. Now, we're gonna have elevators in the front taking you up each floor. So how are we going to accomplish that? Well, we can do that. We're gonna have to go into visual scripting. Now, the elevators are not gonna be neons. You can make neon elevators, but mine aren't gonna be neons. They don't need to be neons, and I'm gonna use neons elsewhere. Could they be neons? Maybe I'll change them to neons in the end. But for now, what shape do I want them? I'll make them these little boxes. Now the color that I want them, they have to stand out. So I'll make them ugly yellow. No, I'll make them blue. Keep them square, make them shorter. Now, here's how the elevator is going to work. There'll have to be like one here. One, let's see, 3 floors. One here. They're kind of like one-person elevators. Oh no, they should be bigger. Probably should. But they'll function like this. Record here and then you go up. This one will take you up there. I'm just gonna have it go up and down so I can see how it looks. That's too slow. That's a little fast, but I'll have to check it out in game to see if it's too fast and tweak it after that, because we don't want it moving too slow either. Okay, so that elevator takes you up to the top floor on this side, while the other elevator, it's not just going to go up and down, probably not. It'll probably be one where you have to stand on it or activate it to make it go. But this one is going to be basically the same motion, but it's only going to take you to the first floor. What was the speed that I went? This. This one will take you to the middle floor. That way, so it's a little weird, because to get to the top floor, if you're in the middle floor, first, well, you actually have 2 options. If it's just going non-stop like that, you can just jump on it while it's going by. Otherwise, you got to go down first and then get on that one. So it's not like a multi-stop elevator. However, it gets you to where you need to go. And I think that's the important thing here, because the art in those shadow boxes is going to be where it comes together. Okay, so that's how the elevators are going to work. Let's see. We're going to want a spooky fence along this little concrete border here. So let's make it concrete. And then make it have a spooky fence. Fence is spooky. Let's see here. There's this one, which is I think is the door. We'll use the non-door. All right. Now, maybe I'm getting too caught up in the details too early on up here, but I want there to be a cool little concrete gap between these fences so I don't need to use a dozen fences to go across. Something like this. Hey, maybe this could be darker gray. This too, actually. Then I'm gonna have that same kind of thing on the other side. I think this is good. You walk in through the front, okay? Let's use these things. I actually don't use these pencil things very much. However, Halloween time is one of the best times to use them. That during, you know, the Dark Ages. These will be little pylons. Well, they're kind of big pylons. Maybe I could change them. Just little pylons. Now, do I need these on the sides also? I don't think so. Let's see. It's good. Okay, so how are we going to do this? We need this, that, this, that, this. Let me put this over here, make that do that. Then we need this thing to be cloned and move over here. That's, no. And snap to the other one. We'll get the right angle here. There we go. And then let's go there. And then this one. right, we're coming together here. Now we're going to have a big old walkway going to here from the viewing area. And the viewing area, let's try to make that same color, I suppose. And we will need that spooky fence around it. Maybe we'll want that. Or maybe we'll want something like this. Yeah, I think we're going to go with this little Halloween harvest kind of fence for the viewing part. Mostly around the edges though. Then we're going to have the big old walkway up to this thing. And after I get this walkway in there to connect the viewing area with the front of the building there, then I'm going to get down there and start carving out that area there and adding in the plethora of images that I have to put in there. So let's get a big old shape like this one. Now, stairs are cool if we could make them not use too many shapes. In addition to any stairs that I figure out, I'm going to need at least a ramp on the side. So let's see how this looks. Yeah. Okay, now we're going to get a little bit weird because if I put actual stairs in there, it would not work out too well. So I'm going to I would need too many stairs. It'd be a massive amounts of stairs to walk up. So instead, I'm going to put weird angled sloped stairs that they're going to resemble stairs. They're going to feel giant and they're going to be sloped themselves, but you'll be able to walk up them and they'll look nice from afar. Okay, that's something. Okay, let's center up the viewing area down here and then make the connection. This is going to be an interesting connection because not only does it need to connect to there, but right here on the side, this is where you're going to get into the viewing area. All right, let's try some stuff. Okay, perhaps that could work. Okay, wilderness area between here and the steps, is that acceptable? It might be. It might be. Yeah, okay, so this is looking good. I'm gonna make those fences go around and we'll probably put some neon running lights coming up those ramps. When we add, ooh, that's nice. When we add in some lights, we're gonna make that look even nicer, but it's looking nice right off the bat. That's good. Now we have the viewing area, we have the approach, we have the foundation, we have the structure blocked out. Let's start hollowing out the structure. Starting with the bottom. Or the center, I should say. Immediately looking cool. Let's see how deep we want these things. We want to be able to put a couch in there. And that's about it, actually. Maybe a little bit deeper, though. So there's some space around the couch. Cool, we can even put a full-on bed in there. Yeah, good. These things that I had for scale, let's move them out. And let's think about the bottom one here. Now the bottom one is different than the ones on the top. they had the cupcake and the statue in there. I'm going to use different images that I have saved in a document here called URLs of GIFs that I want to spawn. One of them is horror poster. Let's spawn this image in here. Now I could upload the images as textures and then assign them to a media object. However, a lot of these things that I'm about to use, they have transparency. So I posted them all in a Discord so I can get URLs to spawn them as media, like this. The one that I'm gonna put right here is not gonna utilize the transparency, but the other ones, several of the other ones will. Also, a cool thing that you could do on media that you spawn these days is add a link to show in the world. That's when somebody clicks on it, they can view this link. So every image could, you know, be a link to a video or whatever. I don't utilize that very much, but something to think about. Now I don't know if I would put it on a poster, but when I have a good landscape thing, maybe like if it's a frame from the movie Nightmare Before Christmas, maybe when you click on it, it takes you to a website about Nightmare Before Christmas or some kind of video on it. Just something that I haven't done yet, but it would be pretty cool to do. However, today's build, I need 2 giant posters here. Here's one. Woof, woof. And another. Okay, we're looking good. We're gonna need a big old orange light in front of these, and now this build is gonna start looking cool. Because once we go to lights and we add light here, and we make this light the orange light that I'm talking about. And then when we go over here, we make this one some kind of blue light. The contrasts of lights are going to be so awesome. Especially at night, it's going to look like it's on fire. We're looking good. Okay, now let's, before I get too into the details of decorating that shadow box, I'm going to go and fill up the other shadow boxes too. That way I have an even level of details everywhere. I hate it when I have one part that's really detailed and then I run out of parcel credits before I detail the last part. So let's do it in waves here. Now, let me check my notes here. I want the spider den to be above in the center. So where is the spider den that I prepared for the background image? There it is. Let's go to the media and drop it in there. Hey, that's definitely going to be a bright blue looking light. Maybe even purple. Okay, so we got the spider den. And then details on the top. So that pretty much takes care of what we want to get into the center. What do we want to get into the left? Now, before I add the actual things into the left, I need to hollow out that structure and clone it over to the right. Let's do that. There we go. And then let me throw an image in there, just one image. What did I want on the bottom left? The swamp. There's my swamp image. There it is. There will be some overlap, but it will work out because I'm going to stagger the depth of each box so I can vary the image behind walls. But this is going to be the swampy one here, and it's going to have a light too. Now I need to think, I can't put a light at every one. That would be too many lights, right? So right now I have 1, 2, 3 lights in. How many would need lights? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more lights. That's 5 times 50. Well, 4 times 50 is 200. That's 250 parcel credits. Holy crap, maybe we can afford that and it would look amazing. So I'm not going to rule that out yet. So just to see how that would look, that would be green-ish. Yeah, this is looking, I love these colors. This is looking good. All right, so we got that. Now, if we copied this to the other side. Whoa, it's too tall. It's coming together. Okay. You know what I just realized? That number that I typed in is not the speed, it is the duration. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's how long it takes the thing to go all the way. Okay. We're looking good. Let's get some more placeholder images in there. So what do I have above the swamp? Above the swamp I have the cartoon land. I don't remember which image was the cartoon land. Let's move on. What else do we got? The treasure. Treasure chest. Or treasure room. It's going to be harder to bury the edges up here, so I'll have to figure something out there. Okay, the treasure room. Dungeon. You know, I was thinking, like, who's going to go party at the dungeon? I don't know if the dungeon room is going to be the most popular room of this weird nightclub thing here. I don't know if it's going to be a nightclub. It's certainly weird, whatever it is, but it's Halloween themed, and that's what matters. We'll call it a cake. Cool. I don't know that. I don't know who that is, but I sound like a celebrity. It's probably a good thing. Alright. Here's the dungeon. The Nightmare and the Graveyard. You know what? I should be deleting these URLs after I spawned them. Oh, the Toon Graves. That must have been Cartoon Land. Let's do that one. What else did I spawn? The Spider Den. And Swamp. Also spawned treasure. So we spawned the spooky house yet? Not. Is the spooky house the graveyard? No. It's the nightmare room. And where was the nightmare room? It was in the middle. Okay. Alright, I think that I'm short one image. I'm supposed to have a non-toon graveyard. I don't think I have one prepared for that. Well, we'll deal with that later. Let me get this stuff in here. Here are some props that I've prepared. Gift props. But they're 2D, so we have to be careful how we layer them. Spider, okay. There are lots of pumpkins to put in there. Also graves. Let's put the graves. So I don't think this is going to be so much of a nightclub as like a photo op kind of place. You know, when like a haunted maze, when you walk through a haunted maze, you don't usually hang out and party in the haunted maze. So maybe that's more what the use of this is going to be. Standing in front of it and taking a selfie of whatever cool avatar you have that might happen to match the background behind you. So actually using the shadow boxes to display yourself as your avatar. That's a use. Let's get some of these pumpkins in, and then I'll just have posters left, and I'll have to get that picture of a graveyard and then go in and do another pass of details everywhere. Fun stuff. How are we doing on time? I think we're about an hour in. Not bad. I would say we're about halfway done, so it's working out with the time. A pumpkin patch. I don't have a pumpkin patch anywhere, do I? All right. So let's work on these details here. Starting with the center middle here. Now I want some really cool stone behind these things. That's what I have in my mind. So I'm gonna look over here at bases. No, not bases. Fences, perhaps. Yeah, the stone wall here is what I want to look at putting in there. Okay, we're gonna put not spikes, maybe spikes? No, we're gonna put bars behind these pictures to make them look like they're actually being held up. Don't want them just floating there. I don't want to push them all the way back either. So we're going to add some physical little things here to make it look like they're being held up. These will be little silver things, or maybe they should be orange things. It is Halloween. Size this down a little bit. Hey, that looks good. That looks good. Let's save that. And we're going to clone that and use it for the other ones. The other one. Here's an opportunity for a neon. Okay, we're going to need neon strips going up these things too. Let's actually clone this other neon and make them just like this. Not up though. We're going to tilt them this far. By the way, if you always use angle snap, then you'll be able to align things like I just did. You have to hold down Control while rotating things to make sure that you do angle snap. Then it's really easy to match the angles of other things that you snapped. Now, if you're not using snap and you're just free rotating, then it can get really hard to make things perfectly aligned. So if you think that you might have to align something to your shape later on, be sure to use angle snap. I like it. We're going to have a couple more neons too that I already know where they're going to go, so I might as well put them there now. Ooh. Okay, let's see what kind of stone textures we have to use on a shape. Because now I'm to the point where it's time to start detailing some of these shadow boxes out. So we need a ground on the spider den. A good ground in the spider den is going to be a stone floor. So do we have a good cobblestone floor texture by default? Yeah, there's this thing. So about 6, and how should that be about 3? Okay, let's do something cool here. We're gonna put some copies of this thing staggered some to make it look like it has cracks between each step. Maybe this is gonna turn out looking cool. Okay, yeah, that worked out all right. You can see a little bit of that detail. It just adds a little bit, not being that solid brush or that solid shape. The unevenness is nice. Let's center it up some though. Okay, now what does that thing need over there? I think it needs a torch if it's a den, if it's a spider den. So let's go to Giphy. And search for a torch. I did not spell torch correctly, did I? Oh, maybe I did. I like both of these, so let's start with this one. Copy image. Link. Hey, that looks good. Let's click save. I think that's enough focus on that one right now. So let's move on to the swamp. What the heck are we gonna have for the swamp? We need like muddy dirt and a couple props in front. You know what? What happens if we put a real tree in front of all these trees? We scale it down. Yeah, that almost works. Almost blends because of that green light that's hitting everything, turning everything real swampy, muddy, green and brown. We need some muddy brown dirt on the floor. Might need to get a different texture for this. I don't know if we have mud as one of the default textures. And you know, a good muddy texture is what's gonna sell this thing. So let's get muddy dirt. Muddy dirt. Texture. And we want like a top-down view here. So that's pretty good, not quite a top-down view. Same thing with that one. This one is looking good. This one's pretty nice too. Although I think I might go with this one right here. Yeah. Let's save that crud as a texture in, just in text here. Oh, mud. Now the other ones I was posting as images, as media images. This one I'm going to upload as a texture. So I'm actually going to remove all these old textures that we don't need anymore. These were all from that building that was here before this build. Upload. There's this Jedi Archives. Mud. There we go. Assign it. This thing. Yeah. All right. Now we're talking. Let's see, not a lot of rocks go in here. We can add some bushes though. And you know what? How about a gator? That will conclude our area here. I did not spell alligator correctly. There we go. I think that's the one that I want right there. Yes, now I need this as a GIF, I think. We'll just save it as a gator PNG. Maybe I can upload it as a PNG. We'll see. I'll upload it real quick and test this out. What if I do that and then I go to media? Go down here. And does it have the transparency? Yeah, we're good. Maybe use PNGs that way. So this gator is going into the swampland. And I think we need a taller bush to conceal it. Maybe we don't. Yeah, we do. We need a taller bush. And we need this one because we're not going to have perfectly squared hedges out in the swamp. And I think we need some kind of rocky cliffs or something over there, let me think. Or another tree. Yeah. We're going to make something that kind of looks like a tree here. We're going to make a cylinder that is a certain color of brown that when hit with the green light will hopefully blend in and look like a tree for us. Okay, there we go. That's the swampland area. You know, that gator is not hidden quite well enough. All right, now we have completed the poster room, the big poster room in the middle. The spider den is good. The swampy area is good. Let's move on to the treasure area. Okay, the areas up top, in order to see them well from down low, they got to be pushed closer to the edge. And we want a pile of gold to stand on, which is actually going to lend itself to this stuff. So over here, we're going to search for gold floor texture. I'm looking for piles of treasure, not just any old gold floor. There we go. This one looks good. Do we have any smaller coins? I think I'll go with this one. Okay, now I could spawn that as a, I could upload that as a texture. However, you know, I can still upload as a texture. I want it to be full bright though. So when I spawn it, I'm going to not spawn it as a shape. I'm going to spawn it as a media. That way, when I assign the texture to it, it is full bright. And the reason that's important to me is because I don't want to put a gold light way up here because I don't think that this is going to be one of the focal points that people are going to actually go to. So I want it to look good from afar, but it doesn't have to look too good when you get close up. And I don't want to waste a light on something that doesn't have to look good when you get close up. So by using the images, by spawning it as a media instead of a shape, I'm able to make it full bright and do this. This needs to be step zoom. And now you can kind of see what it is from down here. That's the goal. This should be, this is good. Good. Now what else goes up there in the treasure room is the question. A genie, I would say. Yeah, why not? We're gonna go search for, you ain't never had a friend like me. Ooh. Okay, let's call that one done now, and let's move on to stuff on the right-hand side. We don't have anything done over here. I don't even have an image for the bottom here. We need a graveyard image to put here. A Bitcoin pile. Good, but we kind of want one. That looks nice and spooky, but we do want a graveyard. Maybe that's the winner. Yard. Now this grass, I think I could spawn as a shape. Oh, it was a gigantic texture, huh? I didn't even notice. Oops. we're going to do. Oh, yeah, that's huge. Copy that and open up good old MS Paint. There we go. Okay, it's super dark. However, I think I'm going to add a light. Now, I don't know if the light is going to be enough. Maybe I'll still want to use it not on a shape. Because depending on the color, oh no, actually, it might work out. It might not. Yeah, it's not gonna work, and I'm about to do something super unnatural. You see, when you light something that's orange with blue light, it disappears. It basically turns black somehow. So I need to make this brown grass not lit by that blue light, because this is like a brownish orange. So I need to spawn my grass as media, and then assign it. And now when I put this grass underneath my blue light, it's going to not affect it, and I'll still see it as brown instead of black. I had another idea too. What if we had an animated GIF of a hand crawling out of the dirt? I wonder, can Giphy help me out there? Giphy, don't film me now. Yeah, here we go. flapping bats and a torch wouldn't be bad here either. What else do I have to decorate? I got 3 more rooms to decorate. I could do both of these things here. I could do this torch that I saw, which was pretty good. Okay, let's go ahead and click save there. Over here, I think we're gonna have another one of these little fences in this shadow box. Let's get this fence in front of here. Okay, now, this one up here, I need to think about what this one's going to be. I do not think this is going to be one that people actually go to very often. And I'm debating whether we really need elevators going to each of these. We might not. We might not need elevators at all. And I'll just make the ones on the bottom floor really good for taking pictures up close. Like the graveyard is pretty cool over there. And then, I don't know. We'll just see. Because I don't know if taking a picture up there in the spider den is so important. Plus, VR people can climb. They can teleport up here and then teleport up there. So, I don't know. We'll see if we need the elevators going over. Over here, let's add a light. Oh, hey, that could be the gimmick here. The gimmick here is that, hey, we're casting shadows from our fence. Ooh, we need a different color of light, though. That's more like it. All right, so we're casting cool shadows. We need real trees up here. Maybe these are gonna, yeah, these are casting cool shadows too. Not quite right though. Okay, here, I think we're gonna have to add a witch flying across. Ooh, that's a good one. Okay. Now if we got the dungeon going on up there, the dungeon could use some stuff. Now I'm just thinking, is the dungeon the best option that we got up there? Because that's one that we're actually not going to see. We're not going to actually get up close to. First of all, what color light would I put up there and what props would I put up there? Let's see. Okay, I got an idea. Let's see what Goofy has for... I didn't spell anything right. Oh, again, skeleton. Not Skeletor. That Nightmare Before Christmas song is stuck in my head now. The parcel number here is 3528. Not ready to check out yet though. I haven't published it. Okay, that's pretty good there. Let me move these guys a little bit back. The layers are just so good how the fire is moving. Now, there's a little bit of a problem here. I'm seeing it now. We can maybe fix it by throwing some of this dirty grass in there. we still see it from the down here angle. So I am actually going to have to push those dancing guys back in good ways. Or, here we go, I could push them against the side. Okay, and I think there could be one more thing up there. What are we doing on time here? Oh, 10 minutes. All right. We're looking good. This one over here, we have one shadow box that doesn't have any decorations in it yet, so we'll decorate some of that and then build a, flesh out the viewing area here. And I don't know, maybe this will be the party stage here. Okay, save. This one right here. I think I'm gonna put another one of these fences. Now we use 2 fences on the right-hand side, no fences on the left-hand side. So we could get 1 fence in here, we can get away with 1 fence in here. And the fences just look so good in front of the graveyards. And now, how about a big old scarecrow? This is actually the right perspective, because it will be viewed from underneath. We need something else over there, though. We need something else. I think it might benefit from this treatment here. Looking good. Okay. I think though, I'm calling it good. Oh, actually, we might need some cool little steps. I'm not going to have these things, so we might need some cool little steps here. All right, so I'm calling it good on the actual shadow boxes here. So we're making real good progress. Let's finish it off here. A couple things though. We're probably going to go over the 2-hour build, but not too much. We want these things over here. We'll probably want 2 of them, like that. Okay, so to make those look cool, here's a trick. We're going to just get a regular old shape. Actually, it's the same thing we did over here for the pumpkins. Just make a regular shape. We'll go with orange too, because we're going with the cool color, Halloween color scheme here. We'll rotate it like that. Although that's not the best angle. Oh, it is. It's the perfect angle. This. And now, the little feet of the fence have something to set into. That looks good. Is that the color that we want? I don't know. That actually looks weird, that orange. Let's see what happens when we make it gray. That's better. No, it's not better. That is like, it disappears. I'm going with the orange. All right, we don't want anybody falling off the other side either. Looking good. Make some speakers. Okay, now where do we need big old speakers? Where do we need more neons? That is the question. Also, I think that I need to save 50 parcel credits for music. So I don't want to go over 800. So I have about 29 parcel credits left here. Let's put a whole bunch of speakers. I want to put them all over the place, but I don't think I am going to put them all over the place. I think I'm going to put them mostly over here in the viewing area. Also, let's enhance this viewing area. Let's put in neon in this viewing area. I want to put fire in there too, but let's get some speakers in here. Gigantic speakers. All right. I could still add some fire. Let me see. If I delete this, delete that, I can add, without going over the limit, I could add 3 fires. I want to add, okay, so let's add 2 fires. Yeah, I'm going to add 2 fires and only the ones that are over here. Yeah, okay. 5. Whoa. Okay, 8 parcel credits left before I hit that 50 mark, and I want to leave 50 credits in case we need to put some music in here or a YouTube video. So I have a couple parcel credits left. I can't do 2 neons or 2 GIFs. I could do 1 neon or 1 GIF and then a bunch of shapes. There's a few different things that I'm thinking here. This looks pretty good here. Let me add a shape to it. So I'm only gonna do either 1 neon or 1 GIF, and then I have 3 shapes left here. I'm gonna utilize those to make this top thing look more like a house. And I want a big spooky thing happening above it. A spooky moon. Can we get a spooky moon? Well, that's pretty creepy right there. Wonder how well that's gonna look. I think that I like that. I don't know if it's weird to have an artificial moon. And it sucks that it doesn't loop very well. We have one that loops very well. If only this wasn't just showing their logo. Oh, this one's so cool, but then it clips back. I think that's good. I think party moon here is the way I'm gonna go. The moon knows how to party. That moon doesn't know how to party, but this other moon. glass off. Oh yeah, that's nice. I like it. Okay, so it might go through some tweaks before the first event goes down, but it's looking good. I saved 50 parcel credits for wherever we're going to put the screen. I would imagine, I don't know, I kind of imagine right here. In fact, I'm going to make a place to put the screen, because if you put it over here, then you can look at the house behind it. That's good. Otherwise, when you're looking at the screen, it's going to be not the house that you're going to be looking at. So if we put the screen over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, like that, perhaps. And that would be a pretty cool place to put. What? How about a Halloween lo-fi YouTube? Let's see here. Oh, there's, okay. Okay, we'll drop that into there as a placeholder. You guys couldn't really hear it because I have the sounds muted in the world. It was some lo-fi, which should be copyright friendly. Usually lo-fi is. But I want to spawn a video. Down to the absolute last parcel credit, I'm going to put a top on this thing. There we go. The Halloween build. Oh, wow. I like this. This looks really good. Let me save. I'll click upload. And then I'll take some screenshots. That was a lot of fun. I actually started this build yesterday, going out and just getting all the different pictures that I wanted and planning out about what it was going to be. And it turned out pretty nice, I think. It's not really for standing in, it's more for partying in front of, but it's got some cool aspects. All right, everybody, so I'm going to wrap up the stream here because the only thing I have left to do is, after it uploads, is take some screenshots and adjust its height on web. So thanks everybody for tuning in. Once again, I'm SM Sithlord. This is twitch.tv/Somnium Space if you're watching on Twitch. Otherwise, it's the Somnium Space YouTube or Twitter, Periscope, wherever you're tuning in at. Usually my stream is on Fridays. This is the special Halloween stream on Saturday this week, though. There are other streams taking place right here on the Somnium Twitch throughout the week. So be sure to click follow if you want to see potentially this build right here being used in one of the disco events that happen all the time. And there's other build streams and good stuff like that. All right, everybody. I'll see y'all in World. I wish I had some cool graphics to display at the end here, but I still need to set up my laptop to be a good stream machine. So I'll just do the sound effects by hand.